I wanted to come live briefly for Monday Musings, and I thought I'd share it across all the places I normally share it. So that's kind of going to my Facebook page, to my profile, to my free group, and to my YouTube channel. There we go. We got there. So invite your audience to connect their Facebook to Restream to show their name and profile picture. Send your viewers to blah, 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 blah to start. All right, so what we might do, I might put this into the comments. Control C. Okay, so if you want to be, oh, can't post to some channels, whatever. Okay, doesn't matter. Don't mind me. Can't show it to, okay, so it's, if you want to comment and for me to see the comments, come over to my Facebook page, the Love Angels Light, or go to my YouTube channel, and that's where you'll be able to actually comment and interact with me by the looks of things. I we'll have to work out little glitches as usual. All right, Monday Musings. So on a Monday, I like to come live and do a little bit of a chat about setting yourself up for the week. But today, there were two things that were going through my head. Number one is self-talk, because I had a message from one of my beautiful clients saying how she's decided to not put herself down effectively in an area of her life that has been an issue for her, which is amazing. And that's really important for people to remember, that our words, thoughts create emotions, emotions create energy, and that's what creates our situation in our life. So it's really important to watch what we're saying to each other. And then my thought process went from that to the whole situation. I'm just going to wave around. This is for my drum. The thought process went from that to getting out of your headspace. Like, I sat here and did some writing for one of my little projects I'm working on, and the whole thing boils down to, when we have a plan, when we have a thing that we want to achieve, we get a little bit caught up in the headspace. We get a bit caught up in the how, in the finite details of, I need to do this, 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 and this, and then this will be the result. But it doesn't always work like that. And people kind of get caught up in, this is the way it's going to be. And then they wonder why it doesn't work. And it's mostly because we want to be in control of everything, of all the little details of everything throughout every step of our lives. And the bottom line is that a lot of the time, we don't trust that the universe has our back. And the universe has our back. We just have to trust that what we're going through, there's a purpose to it all. That you are in this specific place at this specific time watching this video for a reason. And I'm hoping that it's more than because of my pretty face. I'm just kidding. You need to get out of your headspace, because in your headspace is your logic center. Your head is your logic center. Your head wants to go, this is the way it's going to be. It has to follow this specific routine. It has to do this, 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 and this for this to happen. Whereas your heart space goes, the universe has my back. Everything always works out for me. I trust. I choose to trust that everything always works out, that my goals are going to be achieved, and that it doesn't necessarily matter how I'm going to get from A to B. My focus is on B. I want to get to B. That's where my focus is. How am I going to get there? The how is none of your business. That's head. We don't want the head. We want the heart. We want you to kind of get out of the head, get out of the anxiety, get out of the stress, get out of all of this stuff, and just breathe. and do some breathing. I trust. It doesn't have to be any more specific than that. Just, I trust. I choose. What do you choose in this moment to believe about you, about your purpose, about the things you need to get done? Because a lot of the time, I know I get caught up in it as well. I'll go, I don't have time to do blah, 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 blah. I don't have time. But what if you did? What if you took 5 minutes and went, for this 5 minutes, I'm going to do this task? Now, I had a chapter written for a book, and I had a word limit of 3,000. It went to 360 or no 3,000 and what 3,160 or 3,100 and something. And I had to get it down, maximum 3,000 words. That was my guide. That was what I have to get to. And I kind of put it on the back burner and went, I'll get to it. I will get to it. I've got another week until I need to get it to the publisher anyway. It'll be fine. And I'm like, oh, how am I going to drop 160 words? And do you know what it is? We put pressure on ourselves and we put the boundaries up or put our shackles up and go, I just can't. But what if you could? What if you changed your mind? Because you are the author of your existence. You don't actually have to do anything. Yes, if you've got kids or pets or whatever, you have to sort of look after them. That's kind of a given. But your first priority always should be you. So what did I do this morning? Eventually I got up and I baked some pull-apart bread for breakfast. It was delicious, by the way. And then I set my son up for school. Now, my husband is home today, which takes a bit of the pressure off me. The rest of the week will be a little bit different. But for today, I've been able to edit my chapter. So my chapter is now under that 3,000 mark. I've got my bio written, so I can send all of that through to the publisher. I've got a couple of photos that I've just taken because I've got a tripod that takes my phone and it has a remote, so I can just be hands-free. I don't have to tap the phone, right? So I have created this space where I am able to do the things I need to do to function in my world. Sometimes it just needs a little tweak here and there for you to feel better. So what are you feeling in this moment at this time, especially in places like Brisbane's lockdown? Apparently that's been extended to Friday. Was it Friday? I don't know. So Brisbane's in lockdown. Sydney's in lockdown. I don't know about the rest of Australia. I think Melbourne's out of lockdown, but one of my friends is sort of saying that she thinks that maybe they'll go back into lockdown. Who knows? You can't control that. So what are you stressing about that you can't control? Because you need to focus on what you can control. Can I control how much work I get done? Yeah, actually I can. I've got a list, but don't overwhelm yourself with things to do because there's enough to do, especially if you're like over the age of 18. Honestly, if you have got too much work to do, but you create your own to-do list, then maybe you need to have a look at that and go, okay, well, I don't need to do all these things today. I can actually, minimize all of that. But then if you have a list, you can go, right, these are random pen sitting on my desk. These are the things I need to do today. Of these 27 things, because I'm human and a parent and home learning programs and all of that, of these 50 things, what are the things that are essential? What has to be done today? Baking had to happen today because someone needs to make bread. I bought a sourdough box of bread and bread mix. And so I'm going to make sourdough today. Hey, Tracy. So I need to do some baking because people like to eat. I need to do some stuff in my business. Hi, tick. I'm about to create some images to go onto my page and to be shared out. So that's going to be another tick, right? I have to make sure my son gets his schooling done, but my husband is home today, so he can help with that. The pressure is a little bit off me, which is amazing. So I actually woke up late this morning. We love that. My husband decided to take the kids out into the backyard to sleep in the tent last night, and my little guy didn't come in until 7:30 this morning. So I got this massive sleep in that I don't normally get. It was amazing, right? So celebrate your wins. Number 1, I was gonna be doing some at some point today, but the time keeps running away. Um, I might, tomorrow morning I have an appointment at 10. I might aim for tomorrow afternoon around 1:00, depending on the children and the homeschooling situation. Home learning programs are fun, right? So yeah, I'm going to aim to do tomorrow. It will be free for those I'm drawn to, $10 for if you want to have that reading on that session. So that will happen tomorrow around 1:00. I need my secretary to remind me. I'll put a thing on my phone. So, I scratched my face. Isn't that pretty? All right. Do you know what, Tracy? Yeah, I'm busy. And I get that a lot. A lot of people kind of say to me, "You're so busy, you get so much done, or you're always on the go." And I go, "Yeah, I am." Because I have 2 boys and we have certain restrictions around. Um, but I'm also very much moving my business forward is a priority. Because if I can work from home, I can be here for them. It's sort of important, which means doing advertising and not being funny about it. Do you know what I mean? Because if I'm not advertising, I'm not getting clients. If I'm not getting clients, I can't work from home. If I can't work from home, the kids have to go into care, which costs more. It's to see the snowball, right? Plus, my business is all about helping you. And if I can't help you, if I can't get paid for that, then it's just not a very fun cycle, if we're honest. The trick I find is when you're in your when you're in your headspace, that's when your anxiety is at its peak. That's when you're stressed and frustrated, not coping with the world. And if you can just take a moment to do some breath work, to sort of breathe deeply and go, "I'm okay," and breathe it out. I do this thing sometimes where I'll breathe in white healing light, or I'll breathe in that free feeling, or I'll breathe in the stuff that I want and breathe out the garbage. All right, breathe out the stress, breathe out the anxiety. But if you start sitting there and just breathing, right, just breathe. If you start to just breathe, you'll find yourself drop down into your heart space. Now, I love the way Leon sort of explained it on Friday night, where you're, especially if you can go outside and get your feet in the earth, as you breathe in, you're kind of breathing in the good stuff. And as you breathe out, you visualize your roots coming out of your feet and into the earth. So you're grounded in the earth. And as you breathe in all the good energy from the earth, and you visualize your connection going up into the universe from your head, from your crown chakra. And so you end up being this really super supported. Now, the way I see this, it kind of reminds me of a scene in Avatar. Crazy, I know, where they're connected to the tree, right? You end up being one with the universe and one with the earth. And I sound like a crazy person, and I get that, but I don't apologize for it. Be connected for a moment, even 5 minutes. My other favorite thing to do is literally go and find a tree and sit leaning. I like to sit on the ground with my back against the tree. So then you're connected to the tree, you're connected to the earth, and you're just closing your eyes and you're breathing. Now, I do like to play my drum and my singing bowl, and I've got my tincture here as well, right? So if I'm having a moment with the kids or with life in general, I will go somewhere else. Hey, Renee. Gosh, is it afternoon already? Look at that. So I will go to come here. I'll come in here and I'll just play my drum for a little while, or I'll play the singing bowl, or I'll do the ting sha. Because the act of playing it, again, takes me out of my head space. If I'm all up in my head, I need to get out of my head, because my head wants to solve all the problems, but it doesn't solve them in a soul-aligned, purposeful way. It solves them in a logical way that wants to find the solution as quickly as possible, but it may not be the right solution for your situation. For those who do art and paint and do all of that stuff, again, it's a fabulous way to get out of your headspace and just allow the universe to bring the answer to you, because the how is not up to you. Get out of the headspace. I should get a photo of me doing that, hey? And just breathe. And breathe in. And breathe the good stuff. I don't know if you can actually hear that. Can you hear the drum? But breathe. And the reason I say go to your breath is because when we are stressed and having issues, exactly, Renee. When you're stressed and having issues with the world, it's all up in your head. It's all in your head. How many people have been told that before? That illness that you have, it's all in your head. You need to get out of your head. Sometimes it's true, but whatever. Your breathing is more shallow when you're stressed. So if you can start just creating something, just start to allow yourself to release. Release the crap. Release the garbage. Apparently there's a Lego in my office. Yeah, exactly, Renee. Right? I've been heard. Holy crap! I've been told that my various issues have been in my head, and I touch on it a little bit in the chapter in the book that I've written, in terms of suffering mystery illnesses and doctors not knowing what the problem is or how to treat it, or what's the cause, what's the actual, like, sometimes I have these mystery illnesses, had past tense. And what I then learned as a process of my awakening, if you like, is that it was the heart, mind, body connection with energy, right? And I wasn't living my life where I was meant to be living it. And so then I ended up getting all these illnesses, right? That the doctors would go, well, I think it's all in your head. Like, I got called a hypochondriac for half of my life. But I'd be walking and twist an ankle. Like, I'd have these ridiculous injuries that shouldn't have happened. And people would go, "Oh, you're such a hypochondriac." And I go, "Well, no, it's actually a genuine injury or illness. Like, I genuinely have stomach pain, for example. When Michael and I first met, the first year we were together, I got sick all the time. And what that meant to me was he was happy to stand by me and try and help me get answers. I was in hospital for 2 weeks, right, with stomach problems, and they did tests and whatever. They didn't do the test I asked them to do, which then a different doctor eventually did, and we solved the problem. But 2 weeks, and the doctor ended up coming to me and saying, "Well, we don't know what the problem is, so we're just gonna treat your symptoms." And I went, "Well, I don't want you to treat my symptoms. I want you to find out what the problem is." So when I went to this other specialist, he said, "Well, that test that they did wasn't gonna show the problem anyway. You need to go in. We need to go in. We need to do the proper test and fix the problem. Is that okay with you?" I'm like, "Yes." So we went in and he fixed the problem. I like to tell when I came out of the operation, he said, "Look, the way that we do this procedure is we push a balloon through." Yeah, Debbie. Look, with aches and pains, it could be energetic. It could be an autoimmune issue. It could be like there's so many things it could be. But at the end of the day, you have a choice over whether or not you stay in the aches and pains or you go, "You know what? Yep. Acknowledge, yes, I have the aches and pains. What can I do to help them?" You find a solution. Exactly, Renee, right? So you actually have a choice. Like I know I've got nerve damage in my knee, my lower back, and my neck. Is that ever going to be resolved? Unlikely. With my head, the neurologist said to me, "Look, I could go in and I can burn the nerve endings, and there's a 50% chance." No, there's a 20% chance it will work, and there's a 50% chance that the problem will return within 5 years. And I went, "Do you actually have people accept these conditions and go in and have the surgery?" Like, "Well, they wanna have that opportunity to potentially live without migraines." I'm like, "Well, if there's only a 20% chance that it will work and then a 50% chance that the problem's gonna be back within 5 years, no, I'll find another solution, thanks." Right? What helps me with my aches and pains is essential oils. I live by essential oils. I have a pain blend that I use when things are bad. I have literally got blends everywhere in my house. Um, I also meditate. I also use EFT tapping. All right. There are so many things that you can do that get you back into alignment, that get you to a point where you can actually cope with the world and not have to worry about doctors telling you that it's all in your head. Because essentially, don't shoot the messenger, essentially, it is all in your head. You need to get to a point where you accept that this is the way things are for you right now in this moment. And then you have to choose what you can do because you can't control the pain levels or you can't do what you can do to control the pain levels and then do what you can do to start moving your life forward. You ultimately have the choice over what you're going to do next. And the same with my heart condition faulty pathway. Yeah, right? So you have the choice over what to do. This is the body you have been given. This is your temple. All right. You get one chance in this lifetime to do the things that you were put here to do. Now, at various points in my life, I could have just keeled over and gone, "You know what? I don't want to do XYZ. I don't want to." And some days you might wake up and you go, "Today is not a great day for me. What do I need to do right now?" Some of the coaches I've worked with will sit there and say to you, "Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what do I need to do right now to help me feel better?" On Saturday, the answer to that question was rest. Oh, good luck, Rebecca. Good luck. Is it a cortisone injection? Because I've had the night in the base of my skull there. Oh, Valerie. I don't want your temple to crumble. Temple to crumble. I don't want that for you. Is that Alex? He should be doing schoolwork, but I think my husband's turned on his soccer game, and that's fine. So, take a deep breath. And what does my soul? A nerve block. Okay. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully it helps. I had injections into the base of my skull. The doctors in when I lived in Japan, they did one. And they go to me, don't move. I had a nurse on each side holding my head, and they've gone, don't move. I'm like, you're about to stick a needle into my head? I'm not going to move. It's okay. Don't move. Okay. Yep. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. See, look. No, exactly. Don't feel guilty. Now, here's the thing about that, right? I am chronic for this sort of thing, right? My husband might get up and do the kitchen or do some washing or do whatever, which is awesome. But if he's up doing something and I don't feel well or I'm tired or whatever, I get the guilt that he's up doing stuff, so I should be up helping because there's always something to be done. And it's only been recently where I've gone, you know what? I got up and I cooked and I did this and I did that. It is okay for me to rest. It is okay for me to do what I need to be doing right now. Do not feel guilty because most of the time it comes from somewhere else. So why do you feel guilty? What is it in you that is making you feel guilty about that? Right? That's my phone. This is the drum. So a lot of the work I've been doing in the Shift Your Shit group and with clients is all about getting past that guilt and getting past the need to be everything for everyone and just prioritizing you. What do I need right now for me to feel good? What does my soul need right now? And you know what? Sometimes there is housework to do, and that's just part of life. And we're in lockdown and the cleaners can't come, but whatever. Sometimes we do need to make sure the kids are fed and washing is done so we can wear clothes and all of that, right? There are essentials for living that need to happen. I'm not saying don't do those things. What I am saying is if you are feeling down, if you're feeling frustrated, stressed, not coping with the world, it is time for you to stop and honor yourself and your body and take 5, like even just 5 minutes to put your feet in the earth, visualize you being grounded in the earth, connected to the universe, and just breathe. Prioritize, exactly. And if something doesn't get done today, does it really matter? Honestly, does it matter? Oh, your husband's all right, Jody. Exactly, Renee. That's amazing. I made this pull-apart bread today. It's got parsley from our garden, cheese. I made 2, so 1 non-dairy and 1 dairy, right? We had some dairy-free cheese. Cheese, bacon, parsley. I threw some garlic in. I threw in some other herbs and spices. And I put it all together and baked it. And while it was baking, I made my coffee. I didn't make my husband a coffee this morning. Didn't do it. Awesome, Jody. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. I didn't make him a coffee this morning. Normally I would when he's home. I'd make him a coffee and that's fine. But for him, if he wants a coffee, he can make his own coffee. I'd already made breakfast for everyone. And I needed the coffee because I'm me and I need my coffee in the morning. I drink water the rest of the day. But my coffee is my one thing, you know. I still need to do my meditation because I didn't do my meditation because I slept in. But at the end of the day, if your list doesn't get completed, what's the big deal? What does it matter? Are your kids happy, healthy, and fed? Are your pets happy, healthy, and fed? Are you happy, healthy, and fed? Right? Have you got clean dishes and clothes? Because if you've still got clean dishes and clothes, it doesn't matter so much if the washing in the kitchen don't get done today. Maybe leaving it for 5 days, not so great, a little bit gross. But does it matter? Who is judging you? Who? Because if you're judging you, that's something else we need to work on. Exactly, Debbie. So give yourself a break. Give yourself a little bit of a break and just go, you know what? Just for today, I will honor myself and the way I want to feel. Let me put these down. Let me pick these ones up. I'm going to pull one of these because I love my self cards. Let's see what comes out. I love that I was talking about rest. Restful sleep. I give myself time to sleep and to take naps and to rest. I allow myself to wake up refreshed and ready for a wonderful day. Give yourself permission to honor yourself and the way you want to feel. And if in that moment where you say, what does my soul need right now? And your body says, sleep. Then you go and pull up a blankie and you lay down and you go to sleep. Because if that's what your body really needs right now, awesome. If that's what your body really needs right now, then just do it. Because you'll feel so much better for it afterwards. And then when you actually get up and you're ready and you're more energized and your body and soul and mind is all in alignment, you will thank yourself. You'll get so much more done and you will feel better within yourself, right? Honor yourself and the way you want to feel. Get out of your headspace, get out of your own way, and just be you. And don't apologize for it. Just be you. All right, I'm going to go. I was only going to be 15 minutes and I've doubled that. I'm going to go because I've got work to do. And I've got to go and see what this little child's doing. Awesome. That's awesome, Claudine. That's awesome. Go and have a rest. You have my permission. Not that you need it. All right, I'm going, all right? I love that, Valerie. All right. I'm glad. Look, I want to do a Monday morning and I want to do a Friday. So this was originally only going to go into the Shift Your Shit group, but I've started using Restream, which I can send to lots of places. So it's gone everywhere. So what's going to happen is a Monday Musings and a Friday freebie training in the Shift Your Shit group and probably to YouTube. So that way I can keep building my YouTube stuff up as well. So tomorrow, 1 o'clock, I will do readings. They'll be free for those I'm drawn to. $10 if you want to guarantee your reading. If you can make it, please do. If you can't make it, watch a replay. And I'll see what happens. If you're in the supporter group, the $19.97 per month, it is $19.97 per month. I'm going to be doing readings in there hopefully on Wednesday. I'm trying to do it twice a week, but it's tough to juggle with the whole home learning program, cooking dinner, being a parent, la la la. You know how it is. But I'm going to get in there hopefully Wednesday, probably about the same time, about 1 o'clock. So have a good day. Honor yourself. Breathe. Get out of your head space and drop into your heart space. And really listen to what you need for you to move forward today. Okay? Love you all. See ya.